Hello everyone, and welcome to my bold and beautiful official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Does Rich Forrester lose both Brooke and Taylor? It appears that some viewers of Bold and the Beautiful are getting sick of the never-ending Taylor, Ridge, and Brooke love triangle. Did the creators of the CBS soap opera finally see what was going on and decide to change things up? Rich Forrester may lose both Brooke and Taylor after the Naples trip is over. Below are spoilers for what will happen next on the CBS soap opera. Logan, Brooke, Rich Forrester, Nick Marone, and others are currently in Italy. At the moment, Captain Nick Marone is available to handle some shipping concerns at his family's business, while Brooke and Ridge are traveling with Forrester Creations to promote a fashion show. According to previews for Bold and Beautiful, Captain Nick is making every effort to surprise his wife with a lavish proposal. According to online rumors, Rich Forrester will attempt to persuade Brooke to reject Nick, when he unexpectedly finds he still loves her when he pops the question. Brooke has already expressed that she wants to move on, and is sick of Ridge constantly switching between her and Taylor. The timing of Nick's proposal could be ideal, and Brooke might even say B&B teasers indicate that Rich Forrester will fall into a tailspin, and it will be hard to conceal his dismay if Brooke and Nick become engaged. Taylor Hayes is not an exception to the rule that no one wants to marry a man who is infatuated with another woman. Taylor might decide that enough is enough and leave Ridge after he returns from Italy feeling down about Nick and Brooke's engagement. Ridge could lose both women if he doesn't play his cards well. Are you sick of the triangle of love between Brooke, Taylor, and Ridge? Do you think Brooke and Nick will eventually move on? Steffy Forrester's startling reversal of attitude according to teasers for the Bold and the Beautiful everyone, including her husband, Dr. John Finnegan, will be shocked to learn why Steffy Forrester left town. Did Queen Steffy just discover that her husband is not the right man for her? Here's what's coming up on the Bold and the Beautiful on CBS. Below are spoilers for a brand new soap opera. Steffy Forrester described her hurried departure from Los Angeles as me time, per B&B spoilers. However, fans are wondering whether that is the true reason she is departing Los Angeles, after she shared an emotional farewell with her ex-husband Liam Spencer. Is Steffy beginning to reconsider her decision to wed Dr. Finn and deny Liam another chance? Liam Spencer was married to Hope Logan when Steffy Forrester wed John Finnegan. Hope then fled with Thomas Forrester when Liam and she parted ways. On Bold and Beautiful, Liam pleaded with Steffy to leave her husband and give Steam another chance, and he tried to win her over for months. Each time, Queen Steffy silenced him. Liam and Steffy Forrester have been together a lot since spoilers indicated that he was dying from a brain tumor. Since Finn believed Liam would only be here for a few more weeks, he even moved aside to allow the ex-couple to connect and share memories of their time together. Grace Buckingham has now magically cured Liam, and he has many years left to live. According to online rumors, Steffy may be going out of town for some me time, in order to decide which of her baby daddies she wants to date. Was Liam able to steal his wife because Finn helped save him? Do not page Dr. Lee Finnegan or Dr. Grace Buckingham if you have a medical emergency. It's possible that you might be assumed dead or tricked into a phony operation. Who is the worst? The original poster questioned, is it Lee or Grace? If discovered, both of them might be in serious trouble. I still haven't made up my mind. Between the two it's a tie. Grace could be found defrauding Liam and bill of millions of dollars. Lee is concealing Luna, who is not dead as was originally thought. Lee changed her mind and now wants to help Luna regain her physical and emotional well-being. One person contended that Lee is keeping a murderer alive, and has a big problem with breaking all the rules. Grace, her intentions and the true circumstances are still unknown to us. Lee is the worst of the two, according to other fans. She's been in this situation before. When Finn was thought to be dead, she kept him concealed. We also remember when Lee forced her ex-husband Jack to submit to a DNA test, in order to establish his paternity. But in the end she looked foolish. He must have slept with her sister, she thought. However, Finn was shown to be Luna's biological father. But not every fan thinks Lee is that horrible. Some claim that Grace used Bill's desperation and Liam's medical predicament. Grace. She has done this for financial gain. The user said. What Lee has done is for fans twisted as that is. Another person replied. Well, if Grace is lying now about curing Liam and he still has a terminal brain tumor, I'm going to say Grace. Grace resembles the infamous Dr. Reese Buckingham, her husband. In the past, he defrauded individuals of their money. But why Grace required $1 million is unknown to us. There is another similarity between Lee and Grace. Both of them think they're supporting their families. Lee wants Luna to improve herself, while Grace's family most likely needs the money. However, they are causing harm to others and obfuscating moral boundaries. Who is the worst doctor, in your opinion? Brooke decided on a different course. Brooke left Ridge after reaching her breaking point. It was too difficult and too much to be in Italy with him. She told him that she would run off with Nick and act as though she had never met him because he was engaged to Taylor. Ridge pleaded with Brooke to at least stay for the activities and attempted to reason with her. Brooke, however, would not have it. She had had enough of Ridge shoving her away. She had grown weary of seeing him with someone else. Brooke had stopped doing all of it. She wasn't going to wait for Ridge to change his mind, but it's okay if he doesn't want her anymore. When Nick offered her everything, she was at last prepared to accept his offer. Eric, however, insisted that Nick go right now. But Nick had no intention of leaving. Eric became extremely enraged when he was accused of orchestrating this trip in an attempt to control Ridge and Brooke. Nick raced down to the terrace to intervene between Brooke and Ridge after Eric stormed off. Ridge clearly didn't like that and instructed Nick to get out. Rather, Nick asked Brooke to make a decision while holding out his hand. Ultimately, Brooke seized Nick's hand and accompanied him into the sunset. Elektra dreamed of the day she would be the one in Italy when she was back in Los Angeles. Will also desired that for her, saying that because she is a Forrester, she earned it more than Brooke. Then he proposed that she serve as a model for the business. Elektra dismissed the idea with a laugh. Foolishly, she is a designer and not a model. They later discussed Luna and expressed their gratitude for never having to interact with her again. They endured enough of her misery, problems, and mayhem. We were relieved that everyone had survived. Will did not feel sorry for Luna's death, but Elektra did. Now that Luna has made her bed, she can lie on it indefinitely. Sheila pleaded with Lee over at Il Giardino for information about Luna's ultimate resting place. She needed a space to grieve Luna's loss and to find closure. Sheila pushed harder as Lee grew more evasive. Lee blurted out that there was nothing Sheila could do for Luna anymore, since she was so frustrated. After hearing that odd and intriguing phrase, alarm bells rung, as you can guess. Sheila reminded Lee that since they are both Luna's grandparents, they should both have the opportunity to bid her farewell. Lee objected and told Sheila to leave. Then, without even picking up her food, she hurried away. She claimed that the entire altercation caused her to lose her appetite. When Deacon noticed her running off, he asked his wife what was going on. Sheila informed Deacon of Lee's aloofness and refusal to respond to her inquiries. Sheila wasn't entirely sure, but Deacon questioned whether it was simply pain and guilt. There seemed to be more. Although Sheila is unable to pinpoint the cause, she has a gut feeling that something is seriously wrong with Lee. Sheila loved Luna and wants to make sure she's sleeping in peace, even though she understands how everyone feels about her murderous ways. Lee stonewalls Will's push and Brooke's balls. Finally, a recap of The Bold and the Beautiful is available. Brooke Logan finally realizes her mistake and doesn't look back in today's episode. Elektra Forrester is pushed in a different way by Will Spencer. Sheila Carter Sharp is also stonewalled by Lee Finnegan. Brooke wants to get out of Capri. Being there with him is too difficult. Ridge Forrester is refusing to let her leave. Whoa, Ridge really does have a tendency to salt women's wounds, doesn't he? He is still arguing with Nick Marone about with Eric Forrester. Despite Ridge and Taylor Hayes living together and getting married, the seaman accuses the patriarch of Forrester of attempting to bring Bridge back together. It is not denied by Eric. Eric orders him to avoid Brooke when Nick accuses him of causing her suffering, and then he stomps away. Nick approaches after catching a glimpse of Bridge. Ridge sees a woman in distress and tries to send Nick away. Brooke has the opportunity to end the destructive cycle with Ridge. Nick informs her. The sailor extends his hand to the blonde. With pride, Brooke grabs Nick's hand and they both rush off. One thing I noticed was that Brooke didn't look at Ridge when she was leaving this time. This time she doesn't glance back. Perhaps she's finally realized her mistake. In the office over in Los Angeles, Will and Electra are conversing. The designer daydreams as she peruses social media images of Italy. They talk about their plans for Italy. Electra should be in Italy representing Forrester Creations. Will then remarks. The conversation shifts to Luna Nozawa. They're glad they won't have to worry about her ever again. The fact that Luna was related to someone like John Finnegan astounds Electra. The good doctor is called by Electra. Is she crushing on someone? Sheila presses Lee for explanations at Il Giardino. She simply wants to bid her grandchild farewell for the last time. According to the waitress, Lee yells at her when she tries to assist Luna. Sheila is accused by the doctor of exploiting Luna in order to gain intimacy with Finn. Sheila claims that all she wanted for her granddaughter was the best. Lee is no longer hungry, but the takeout order is ready. The doctor stomps out, almost tripping Deacon Sharp. Following an update on Lee, Deacon speculates that Lee may be keeping everyone at bay due to grief and guilt. Sheila senses that something is not quite right. Lee checks on Luna in a hidden place. The doctor sits down with the patient and talks about how innocent and full of potential she was as a young child. Lee claims that having Papi Nozawa as her mother never gave her a chance. She is there for Luna now, even if she knows she wasn't there previously.